We're back. It's been a while, but yeah, GP4's back. Rebooted completely from the 2003 season because it's been a long time. Just need a fresh start and completely new lineups in a completely new universe. And to start off the preseason race here at Interlagos, just to see how things will run. I don't know if I'll be commentating over the actual races or if we'll be streaming those live. I don't really know what's going to happen with that yet, but we'll figure that out. So Miguel Alvaro is on pole position for the Williams team with Leighton de Choutenay alongside. Both their teammates directly behind them. Etienne Jones third place with Sean Sutherland fourth. Sam Nathaniel does well for the Toyota team in fifth place with Daniel Duarte sixth. McLaren Dreisig for Toyota in seventh place with Ben Jones eighth. After that we have Pano ninth place and Andres de Jesus in is it De Jesus? I don't know. I have to figure that one out in P10. In P11 we got Kingsley Camisoto outside the top 10 for McLaren, so pretty shocking from him. Alex Lodemex P12, Ronan McAndrew from Minardi in P13, Shane Oliemi next to him, then John Salzadell, Tommy Toth, Leo Goria down in 17th for Renault, Con Skywalker in 18th, then Jay Himmel and Jordi Alvarez to round out the top 20 with the two moving chicanes at the back. And so, we'll load into the race. It's going to be a dry one. 14 laps of Interlagos. It's going to be about, most of our race will probably be like 20%-ish. Just so you know, it doesn't drag on for too long. A lot of action happens in a short space of time. So here we go. 5 red lights. Miguel Alvaro on the left. Leighton de Choutenay on the right. Looks like it's a good start from Miguel Alvaro, but can he hold it through the second phase? It looks about equal actually. Etienne Jones may be threatening Leighton on the outside. In fact, he does. He does get up to P2. Leighton de Choutenay though on the outside. Something's happened farther back down the field. Leighton up into P2. So what has happened further down the field? Oh, I see. Jordi Alvarez with a few wings missing. And McLaren completely out the race. What went on here? It's Kingsley Camisoto who just sent barreling into the wall by... Oh no, it was the VAR of Shane Oliemi. So clumsy there from the Irish driver, and just a bit of a concertina effect left a few of the drivers without front wings. As we go back to the front here, Etienne Jones stuck in P3. There's been a bit of contact there. Daniel Duarte's made contact with the Toyota and now he's completely round. But he does get it back running again in P13, so it could be worse for him. I believe that was McLaren Dreisig there who made the contact with him at turn 4. We'll just take another look at that. Here it was. So yeah, I think Daniel Duarte kind of just went a bit too far left on the track, and yeah, no damage though, really easy driving. And McLaren Dreisig just gets through without much of a problem. So Miguel Alvaro already has a decent lead. Leighton de Choutenay holding up a bit of a train. He's second place with Etienne Jones, Sean Sutherland, Simon Nathaniel and McLaren Dreisig all behind him. We have a bit of a midfield group with Pano actually struggling despite having a top car. And then the people without wings all at the back struggling a lot. And now we see Etienne Jones making a move on Leighton de Choutenay even, to move up into P2 and make it a BMW 1-2. It's been a good race for the German-British team so far. And now Sam Nathaniel's looking all over the back of the two Ferraris. Can he make any moves here? Coming into turn 4 is actually Sean Sutherland who tries to make the move. Two Ferraris don't want to be getting too too aggressive with each other. They are teammates. And further back, no real moves happening. Big gap behind Ronan McAndrew though. Leo Goria, who was all caught up in that lap 1 incidents. Then the 2 moving chicanes, and then a lot of drivers having to pit, including Shane Oliemi, Tommy Toth, Jay Hamil, Jordi Alvarez. And of course Kingsley Camisoto out of the race at this point. Yeah, it's looking very good for Williams at the moment. Sorry for the coughing, it's just... yeah, I'm diseased right now. So, we're about to finish lap 2 of the pre-season test race here. Williams with amazing pace. Miguel Oliveira setting the fastest lap. We have Sean Sutherland now looking to make a move on his teammate again, and he does get it done. Up into P3 for the Scottish driver. Leighton can't really fight back. It's the 2 Toyotas following him. Ben Jones, Andres de Jesus. Was there a move made there? Pano up into P9. We'll take a look at that one. And I believe also, oh no, nothing happened in front of that. Yeah, just your bog standard move into turn 1 on Alex Laudermex. So Albert having quite a good race though, in the bottom end of the top 10. But here we go, look, Simon Nathaniel now, trying to make a move on Leighton Dishutin here as well. He's had a really bad lap. Look at that, Sean Sutherland's off in the background. What's happened to him? He's just parked it in the gravel. I don't know what happened to him, but he's missing his wing and he's not moving again. Transmission problem. So he just made the move for P3, it's looking good for him. And then he just, yeah, pulls over to the side of the track. Shame for the Scottish driver, who's looking to be doing quite well so far this race. But one man who will be celebrating, Sam Nathaniel, makes a move on Sean's teammate Leighton Dishutin here, and it goes up into P3, getting past both Ferraris. So good day for the Toyota team as well. And now Alex Laudermex though is struggling, having to watch out for Con Skywalker, who I believe, yeah, he's gone up 8 places from the start, so it's been a great start for the Greek driver. So yeah, I'll just take you through the running order. At the moment, Miguel Malvero out in P1 by a very, very solid gap. 3.5 seconds over Etienne Jones. Then we have Simon Nathaniel in P3 behind those two, a bit further back. Leighton Dishutin here, McLaren Dreisig, Ben Jones and Andres de Jesus now fighting for 6th place. William hit the move. He does get squeezed to the inside of the lobby, he gets through. Now Ben Jones is going to have to watch out for David Pano, who is making his way through the field now, finally. We try anything moving into the next corner. Ben Jones moves to the inside and Alex Laudermex is right behind them as well. So yeah, he doesn't try anything here. Ben Jones is really slow through there. So yeah. Leo Gorridge in his own little world in P14, and then all the lapped cars behind, causing a few issues actually, as they all try to... Oh, there's been a problem. Miguel Malvero! He's out of the race! Oh, he was running P1 and he's had a transmission problem as well. Oh, that's so unlucky for the driver. But at least it didn't happen in the real thing, what can I say? And that does give the lead to his teammate Etienne Jones. Simon Nathaniel on the podium as well. Toyota now in a 2-4 position. Andres de Jesus P5. Ben Jones P6, David Pennant P7 and Alex Laudermex P8. Very unfortunate for Miguel Malvero though, he was doing so well. Now Etienne Jones has run into a bit of traffic in Jay Hamil, who I think he's the last runner or the second to last runner in the Minardi. It's not been a great day for him, has it? And he's got the moving chicanes to negotiate soon as well. Behind him, oh, it's been a good move for Con Skywalker, who was running P9 and just overtook Alex Laudermex on the straight. And the other Minardi of Ronan McAndrew trying to get past Jonas Salzador, but neither of them, he didn't get through there. But now Etienne Jones being slowed down considerably by Brandon Liu. And yeah, this really isn't going to help him. But he does make it through. And now it's time for the rest of the top drivers to make it through. Oh, they're going really slowly here. Oh, and there's contact there, contact. Sam Nathaniel's gone right into the back of the Arrows driver. Oh no. Oh, and someone else has hit them, I think. Oh, what has gone on there? Sam Nathaniel now with no front wing. Oh, and there's more! There's more contact. David Pano has hit off Brandon Liu. Oh, both of them just been taken out. Let's see what happened there. So, Sam Nathaniel just had a bit too much speed. Right into the back of and that did allow Leighton Deschamps and McLaren Racer to get through. There is Pano, who actually made up a lot of positions from P7 through to P4. And then he just got some wing damage there by taking out Brandon Liu. So, absolute chaos here on lap 6, or lap 5 of the Brazilian Grand Prix actually. They hadn't crossed the line yet. That means Pano and Sam Nathaniel will have to go into the pits. And there's a Jaguar behind as well. Ronan McAndrew has made a move on the Jordan like he couldn't do last lap. Leo Gorry now up to P9 somehow. Con Skywalker's roll sustained damage there somewhere. Yeah, absolute disaster for them. Etienne Jones now has a very good lead. So, looking at the gaps now, Leighton Deschamps has finally got rid of his problems with bad pace, as he hangs in P2, around a second ahead of McLaren Dreisig. Andres De Jesus P4 for Renault, Daniel Duarte P5 for VAR, Ben Jones P6 for Sauber, Ronan McAndrew P7, and Jean Salzador P8 for Jordan, which does mean we have 8 different teams in the top 8. So, I rate that. J Hamil now up to P16. I don't think he'll be winning this race today though. So we're approaching halfway of the 2003 preseason test race here in Brazil. Etienne Jones leads by a long time, a long way even. Is this a statement for a championship charge maybe? Williams as a whole made a statement basically in this race, because they spent most of the first half of the race 1-2, far ahead of everyone else. So I think if I was Ferrari and McLaren I would be worried. Especially as McLaren performed very poorly in qualifying. They'll be hoping for better in the real thing, as they're expected to, bring the fight to the other teams. As we have a move here for the final point, Leo Goria on John Salzador. He's come from all the way back, got held up at turn 1, and now he's back in the points. P8 for Leo Goria. Hanout's still P10 despite the pit stop. So yeah, he's still got a chance of points. But everything seems to have calmed down for a while. Etienne is still having to make his way through traffic, but it's not particularly hard for him. especially as both arrows are out now. Does seem to be... Leo Gori has made another move into that corner. That's an interesting place to make a move. Has he got a problem? Oh, Ronan McAndrew has a transmission problem. That's a shame. He's running P7 in the Minardi, which very, very impressive there. It's a shame that he couldn't make it to the finish. He still might be able to, but it'll be tough. Meanwhile, there's still the fight for P2 going on here between Leighton de Chutenier and McLaren Dreisig. Nothing yet, as Ronan McAndrew now without a rear wing. I don't know what happened here. Oh, there was contact. The two back markers just hitting each other. Oh, that's a big error from them, especially Salcedo, who cost himself at least 2 points there. So they'll both out to the pit, and that does mean David Panner will already re-enter the points. Oh, that's a tragedy though for Minardi and Jordan. Precious points if this was a real race. Yeah, sorry about the coughing. Etienne Jones's lead. He's had a very good race so far. It's almost at 10 seconds now over Leighton de Chutenier, who himself is around half a second in front of McLaren Dreisig. Not really getting away, but he's not really in position to make an overtake either, so quite close. 5 laps to go now. We're nearing the end of this race. Generally, Brazil is a race with a lot of chaos in, so it's a very dramatic first half of the race, but maybe less going on in the second half of the race. But of course, from anyone who watched the old sim, it was a great race to have the championship finale in. You never knew what to expect, and I think we'll be doing the same in this sim. But there will be races where you maybe get more normal results. Not that this result is that shocking, but 8 teams in the top 8 is unusual. Whereas 6 teams in the top 6 now, after the clash between Solstall and the Minardi of Ronan McAndrew. But now that sees Panner and Skywalker now back in the top 10. Sam Nathaniel as well in P10, despite his problems earlier in the race. Only 14 runners on the lead lap. I believe we have 16 overall. Yeah, J. Hamill is the last runner. No one's really getting in a close enough position to overtake at this point, but maybe that will change as we go into the final stage of the race. All seems to be going so well for Etienne Jones at the minute. We'll go on board with him. This lap actually, McLaren Dreisig seems a lot closer than he was before. I can see a move coming on here if Leighton isn't careful enough. Not into turn 1 here. A bit too far away now. 3 laps to go now though, so if he does want that second place, he'll have to make a move pretty soon. It's not going to happen on this lap, but still has a couple more opportunities left in this race, including that run up to the finish. It's a long one, so you never know. Yeah, right. It's the only real battle we have at the minute. Everyone seems to have settled into their places. Leo Goria in the points and David Panayot. He'll be disappointed with not being able to get like P4, P3 maybe. Even after that bad qualifying, you know, he made his way up through the field really well. We said our highest improver is actually Leo Goria, who started 17th. He's now in P7. Con Skywalker, even after his pit stop, is still up 9 places from where he started. There he is. We're on lap 13 out of 14 now. Not much time left in this race. I think at this point, you know, a lot of the time, especially if it's wet, we'll have drama right until the end of the race, or a lot of tracks are better with close racing. This one though, I think as Etienne Jones goes on to his final lap, it's almost certain that he'll be the winner today. There's big things for the season ahead for sure. Meanwhile, we still have this battle for, for P6 still raging. Ben Jones and Leo Goria. Will he be close enough here? No, he's not going to be able, unless he dives it. No, it's not going to happen. Yeah. Etienne Jones now entering the last sector of the lap. It's been a great race for him. He would have been second place had it not been for his teammates' transmission failure earlier in the race, but he'll take it. It is only a pre-season race in the end. On his way to the finish line, Etienne Jones will win the Interlagos pre-season race 2003. That rolls off the tongue. Latent is shooting here, even after his poor pace earlier on, still finishes second. There's yellow flags. What's happened? Jordi Alvarez is in the wall. Oh, and someone's Ben Jones. Ben Jones has just run over the debris, and wow, that was just taking him out of P7 right at the finish. So what happened to Jordi? Oh, another transmission problem. Oh. Interesting how there's so many of them today. And these drivers are all quite lucky to avoid the debris. Daniel Duarte especially. Ben Jones, even though he's running P6, yeah, it didn't go well for him. And he's now out of the race, which promotes Leo Goria to P6. Yeah, Ben Jones just one corner from the finish. And can David Panayot avoid the debris? Yes, he will. So it's P7 for him, and at the death, despite such a poor qualifying and having to pit in the race, it's still points for Con Skywalker in a Jaguar, which is very impressive, I think. Simon Nathaniel just misses out. Tommy Toft, P10. Ronan McAndrew, unfortunately not scoring today after his collision with this man, John O'Sulterdale. They'll finish 11th and 12th, it's not too bad. And then Shane Odiemi, just follow him to the line as well. It could have been so much more for a lot of these drivers, but whatever. It's only pre-season, you know? Yeah, so we'll just look at the final results here. Our podiums: Etienne Jones, Leighton de Chutenier, and McLaren Dreisig.